Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm Gigi Mantaring, as Richard said, and I head Manulife Business Processing Services, or MBPS for short. And I'm here to tell you about our story, the MBPS story, but also the business process management story and the potential opportunity of developing leaders in the future. But first, let's just a brief introduction on Manulife. Manulife is an international financial institution that provides forward-thinking solutions to for our clients' more significant financial decisions. So we are in the business of insurance, financial advice, wealth and asset management, solutions, products, and services. We have over 20 million customers worldwide. We operate in 23 countries, 34,000 employees, small compared to the many BPOs represented here today. And next year, Manulife is going to be 130 years old. A little about Manulife in the Philippines, and my short, shameless plug, if you don't mind. We've been in the country for over 100 years. Now, MBPS. We are the global shared services organization of Manulife. We provide our organization with a very broad range of services, spanning all our products and services life cycles and all the support functions as well. We operate 24/7. We have a footprint in all the countries and territories where Manulife operates today. So in all those 23 countries, we have done business for them. What we consider our biggest success, though, is that we have earned our global organization's trust. And so they trust us with very mission-critical work. They trust us with increasingly higher value work. And so we have services like actuarial science. Our underwriters have very high million-dollar limits. We have a derivatives middle office. We have investments and finance, information services. And I said, many support services, compliance, legal, a really broad range of services. The other thing that we are proud of is that Manulife has allowed us to be entrepreneurial. So very often in the past, we've developed a product or a business offering and showed it to them, and they have openly embraced what we have offered. And they reward us for that. They reward us for gain shares when we deliver efficiencies. So I still remember when it all started. On October 2005, we stuck 7 people in a small training room that we borrowed from Manulife Philippines. And we started doing services for John Hancock Life. By the way, we operate as Manulife all over the world except the US, where we're known as John Hancock. So we started policy servicing work for John Hancock Life. And my boss then, Guy Mills, presented the business case later that year, December 2005. It got approved. And in March 2006, we became an official company. So in fact, this month, this year, is our 10th year anniversary. So this is us today. 10 years later, we are 4,600 employees to date. We operate, as Richard said, in 3 locations. Our 2 buildings in Quezon City at the UP Techno Hub, in Chengdu, China, and in Mactan, Cebu. And the picture on the left, in fact, is our Cebu office, wearing our 10th anniversary shirts. And a few years back, we decided to document in a standard way all the processes that we do in MBPS offshore, and we documented 850 unique processes. We have 350 distinct teams. So this is the BPM story, right? Everyone here who has had the pleasure of being there from the very beginning, or even just witnessing the tremendous growth, will say the same thing. This industry has grown faster than expected. The headcount is always higher than anticipated. What is it? We said 1.2 million employees at the end of 2015. And I don't need to remind this group that for every BPO job, there are 2 downstream jobs created because you need more real estate. So you need construction workers and design and architectural firms. You need more IT people installing LAN and WAN equipment and consultants. You need more 24/7 food concessionaires and delivery. More Starbucks baristas, more training centers, more HR recruitment and headhunters. This industry spurs the entertainment and the hospitality industry. It has improved the education system in the entire Philippines. And their credit goes to IBPAP, who did a lot of work in the previous years, putting service management in the curriculums and improving English language in the whole country. So 1.2 million people times 3, and we're delivering excellent customer service to our customers worldwide. But the other thing that we are doing is creating real careers. This reduces the pressure of Filipinos to go abroad to develop professionally. So I personally never thought I would reach as high as I have reached at this point in my career. My parents worked hard to send me and my siblings to good schools so that all the opportunities would be open to us. But the stories are very similar in our organizations. We have an employee, for example, whose mother worked as a domestic helper in Hong Kong just so that she could put her daughter to a good school so that her daughter could one day work in a company like Manulife. And I get inspired by the stories of our employees who say they now own homes, when never in their lives have any in their family owned a home before. And they send their siblings to schools. And we are as equally gratified with them when their siblings graduate from school. So not just the jobs that we are creating or the customer experience. This business, the business process management industry, is actually enabling a generation of Filipinos to achieve their goals, to fulfill their lifelong dreams, and to transform lives. But there's more. There's more opportunity, right? We all talked about it. We are going for more growth. The conference has spoken 60 new entrants alone this year. What's the forecast? Maybe 350,000 to 400,000 more heads to be hired in the Philippines this year. And then there's the opportunity for going for higher value work. And the opportunity, it sounds cliche now, after Jibin's talk, but technology is changing in a faster pace than ever. We're in the digital age. We're in the age of big data. I heard that the amount of data collected in 2015 alone is more than the data collected in the 5,000 years before that. And I also heard that the information about technology is doubling every 2 years. So for a student of technology, by the time they reach their 3rd year in university, what they learned in the first year is already outdated. But again, as everyone has said before, this is an opportunity. What this says is this is an opportunity for us to develop talent in this new and emerging technologies, big data, data management, data analytics, robotics, process automation, artificial intelligence. And what the second thing this tells me is that we have to continue to skill and upskill our employees. So this is another good thing that the business process management industry is doing. We are training millions of people. We are investing in a lot of education for our employees. Time, resources, money. And that's why, as I said before, all the talent and HR consulting firms and learning centers are mushrooming all over the country. Now, think about this. At 1.2 million employees, at a conservative span of control ratio, the industry currently has over 70,000 first-line supervisors or team leaders, and maybe 14,000 managers. Imagine the power of that. We're training all of this to be these people to be highly skilled. They are customer-focused. They're trained in operational management, in business process improvement. We give them training in Six Sigma and Lean Sigma. They're technologically savvy. And then all the experience they gain throughout the years working in this industry. That's experience not to be discounted because they get exposed to a lot of cultures. For example, I worked in a multinational company before the BPO, but never have I gotten this level of international exposure as I have now working in the BPO. So, and that broadens your perspective, the understanding of markets, learning how to negotiate, to influence, the communication skills that we're developing, especially since many of these conversations are challenging, right? So, just think about the power of that and the opportunity when the industry grows. We're developing even more leaders. And I don't know about you, but it has happened to me several times before when I arrive home, and after a long queue in immigration, I go to the baggage carousel and wait another 40 minutes. And for some reason, that first piece of luggage never belongs to anyone. But anyway, what goes through my mind when that happens is, can I send one of my operations managers to fix this problem? Because these people are process experts and are trained in this. Imagine if these leaders later manned all our government agencies, we wouldn't have to wait for months to get a driver's license. So, this is my proposition. All of us working together, developing skills and values in our leaders will all make for a brighter Philippines in the future. Remember again, our leaders are millennials, and 10 to 15 years from now, they're leaders in our country. One day we can dream of a time when every child will have 3 nourishing meals a day. And all of them will go to school and have a great education. And we can keep our traditions, we can have our jeepneys, but our streets will be decongested. And our communication and transportation systems will be efficient. And there will be low crime rate, and we will still keep our happy faces. It sounds like nirvana, but if we think about it, this is really a possibility. I'm getting to my last point now. So, when I started working in the BPO, all of us who work in the BPO or the BPM industry, it's long hours, right? And I said one day things will slow down, and actually it has improved. If we continue to skill our leaders and develop values of integrity, of respect for every human being, of accountability to the environment and to the community, and our leaders in the future will set up their own businesses one day, will work in our government offices, may even be our government leaders in the future. It'll be a great tomorrow. And it'll be okay that we work for a few more years for longer hours. So that's all I had for today. We are in the best position to do it. We can do it en masse, all of us together, make this a mission for us to develop the best leaders in the industry and go for a brighter Philippines. Thank you very much.